Alright, good evening Josh UTV followers. Making a boat cover for a Bennington pontoon and the tools of choice. The P3 stapler, a nice sharp pair of shears, a piece of chalk, and a piece of chalk on a stick. And what we've done is taken three 30-foot long charcoal gray Sunbrella Marine slabs and sewn them together semi-flat felled style and laid them on the boat, trying to keep the middle of the center slab down the middle of the boat. There's 3 poles. You can see I have a seam over here and a seam over here. And we went ahead and decided to sculpt the engine and the ladder into the cover. This boat is parked out in Pahrump where there aren't any trees. That's not true, but it's in blazing sun. So he wanted to cover the whole thing down to the deck. And we will change those over to twist locks. As you can see, I tried to keep the slab coming down the front and then pull the one up so that it's coming straight down, and then take that dart going up to the vent, cut away the big slab here in the corner. It seems like a lot of wasted material, but it is cheaper than me trying to stitch the stupid thing together. It'd take me days to stitch it all together into little pieces and have no waste. Whew, man, I got it pretty close to the rack, didn't I? It's just enough room to get the ladder in there. Oh, it's funny, but I made it work. So there it is. Now I need to go around with the chalk, and anywhere, I think I'm going to put soft touch in here. That's going to be all soft touch, so or some kind of soft vinyl, so it doesn't, if the wind starts chafing it on the motor, it's not going to scratch the plastic. Then this is all fishing in the back, but then there's the typical rear couch and a little sun pad that starts up here and goes all the way down the side to the side gate. And I'll have to put some kind of buffer layer there for the canvas so it does not touch the vinyl, because we know it'll burn it. So there it is. We're going to call it a day. Come in the morning and finish my chalk marks and get it onto the table before all this carpet. All those carpet pieces are for one boat. There's stairs, and there's just all sorts of crazy little pieces. I think he said there's 17 pieces for that boat. So he's got them cut. Now he's going to go out and make sure they all fit, and then he'll come back and round that edge over, go ahead and bevel that edge, and then I'll bind it all with 1 1/4 Sunbrella bias. Looking forward to that job, yay. But tomorrow we'll get that cover off, get it here onto the table. And I wanted to share with you my favorite patterning tools, the P3 stapler, sharp shears, and some chalk. Thanks for following along. All right, here we are. This is a new boat. Let's hop out onto the dock here and take a look. We're on B. There is, for reference, there's the Fox boat. Let's see, here's another one we've done. Miss Stressless, that's one of my tops. 2 doors down, there's one I did. There's one of my pontoon enclosures. That's one of my car, those are just boots. I think I did the biminis on that, but I can't tell. This one is not mine. That's one of mine. That's not. So a lot of my work out here on B-Dock. But today we're here on Whoop Whoop. from Mesa, Arizona. And we're getting it. The frame needed to have some repairs, so he got that done. And now we're doing as usual. We find the center line of the boat and get the canvas centered on the boat, clamp it across the back, pull it tight, and staple it to that forward ketter and zipper combination. It's a little tricky with these, getting it right up in it, undoing one and letting it hang and getting that trim. This was good and long when I started because it does kind of bow back toward the bow of the boat here in the corners. So what in the center is 9 feet, out here is a little bit over 10. So there's a pretty good crown in there. It's hard to see it here in the camera, but that way we get that, get the length good, get it centered on the boat. And then I'll just keep monkey biting here with the staplers. We go across and pull the wrinkles out off the side, keep adding clamps, keep it centered, and keep chasing those wrinkles off the side of the boat. This is a pretty strange hard top. It's 3-piece ketter. There's one that comes across and one that comes up and down each side. So that's a little odd, but each boat is unique. And that is what makes canvas work a bit of an art. I want to thank you for following along. Let's get this done. Alright, here we are on Whoop Whoop. And we have completed. I think I got everything marked. Everything is stapled. This is a bit of an awkward duck with this ketter situation. Every boat's an individual. Let's, the only thing I have left is to mark the very back of the pole as it goes around the corner. But I've got these marked. And again, on the seam side, zipper will be on the other side. Here, same thing, mark it this side. And here I have to mark it for where that hardware is. I can't let my pouch run past. So we'll make sure all that's marked. Obviously fore and aft doesn't need to be marked because it's quite the obvious. And then down here where the ketter ends, it's where the old top ended. So that's what I'm going to follow suit and make. We're not going to zipper to this because it pulls it in and the bimini's going out as it goes to the back of the boat. But we're going to take that line, we're going to zipper that ketter from the upper corner where it's going forward and then comes back down the radar arch, and we'll stop right there and head back. And it's, what was it? I think it was three fingers above that jaw slide on each side. Made a nice straight line. Let's get in on that little mark there. There it is. Again, 3 fingers above the hardware. And it checked out on both sides. So the bimini's nice and sits nice and straight on the boat. The center was clearly marked. So let's step off and take a look. I think these the wrinkles there up at the top right here, those will go away in production, because right now the zipper is stapled to the ketter and the zipper is also stapled to the canvas. So we're going to staples on both sides. I bet you we can see that because I've got them pulled pretty tight. There's the old canvas. C mark. Probably original to the boat. Oh, that's shooting into the sun. That might not work. Oh yeah, you can kind of see the ketter and everything is all stretched out. So this will all shrink up when I sew it. Let me not drop anything in the water. There we go. All right. So like I said, I got one more mark on the outside, very back of the pole where I want the seam to be. And then this gets pulled off in the bag And then we're out to N for that bag over there. Has a humongous heather beige slab for a pontoon boat cover. We'll pick it up there. All right. Good afternoon, Josh Who TV followers. It is a beautiful, calm day out here on Lake Mead. Look at how absolutely calm it is. And of course, you know what that means. The sailboats are out. Seriously. There's about 3 sailboats out, and there's absolutely no wind. They crack me up. Anyway. Oh, here's the Judy Lee. This is formerly Seagar was this boat's name. We've done the carpet on this boat, and I did the enclosure on this boat. This boat has screens, and it has isinglass for the forward, which is just a treat. But today's project is this Sweetwater. Now, the problem we have with the Sweetwater, other than he doesn't have a trailer, we're out on N. N is in Nancy. And he has 2 jet skis in the front of his slip and his pontoon. Now, when the sun goes down, it roasts this boat. The sun goes down that way. And so, as you can see, he's already had the back redone. I came out here to pattern this boat, and these were gone. So I covered the boat back up. We let him know, call us when these are done. So now they're done. This is what the old looked like, but worse. I mean, it was the foam was, I'm sure you had to have the foam replaced as well. So anyway, this boat is really, you can see he's in the land of giants over here. NDOC has got big slips. Big slips for big boats. And he's got a little pontoon. Look at all the space. So we're having to do the boat in halvesies. And the odd thing about this boat is for the original cover, the snaps were up under. They're not on the outside, they were under. So of course, trying to take the cover off, it's the stupidest thing ever. Don't ever do that. You can't unsnap. When you put them up under that rail, you can't get them unsnapped. 80% of the snaps on the cover were decapitated because you're yanking on the cover trying to get them undone. There's no way to get in behind them to get under them to pop them off. So don't do that. Put them on the side of the boat. They get decapitated when you hit the dock and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they're ugly, but every boat has snaps. Every boat has snaps, and they are 11 cents a piece. Roughly. 11 cents a piece. So anyway, I had to go around, and he wants to convert to twist locks. From the snaps up under to twist locks on the outside. So I had to first, we went every 16 inches. I do zippers, so I don't need double up fasteners. I'll do a zipper right there. Because this is upholstery, we have to cover the back, so the snap line will be, or the twist lock line will be down below. Same thing on the other side. Until we get to the stern. And I think, as you can see, the sun's already coming in, and the more the afternoon goes, the farther it'll come in on the back of the boat. So I think what we're going to do, it's really hard to get, there's nothing up underneath, and I don't want it laying right on that. I might come back and throw it over the back of the tow pole here and use that as a, throw a sock over it. No fasteners, no nothing. It just goes over it and catches it. And then there will be a twist lock right there, and one on the other side that kind of pull it and hold it taut. And that will keep it up off his new upholstery and establish my line going forward. We're going to do 3 poles. One here by the captain chair, one in the middle, one forward. And that's where we're at right now, is to get the, I got all the fasteners in the boat. I'm ready to put pins in the boat. I'll put all the quick fit pins on all my new snaps. And then I'll put the poles will get strapped into place. And then it's time to stretch some canvas. I'll get the canvas out and the stapler. I've got one big huge piece of canvas to drape over this boat. And that's what we're gonna do. Thanks for following along. All right, good afternoon, almost good evening, Josh Hu TV followers. Almost 5 o'clock. But we've got the Sweetwater pontoon patterned. It's a lot of flipping the boat. I had to flip the boat in the slip to get to the back of the boat. Then you got to pull it up to the port side, then you got to pull it up to the starboard side, then you got to pull it back to the jet ski so I can walk out there and try and... It's been a nightmare. It's been all damn day stinking around with this stupid boat. But we've got all the reinforcements for the... There's vinyl right underneath there, the seats. Got the vents marked. Just about to go ahead and pop this sucker off and put it back in the bag and get on out of here. I'm starving hungry. But there it is. Wanted to share it with you before I took it off the boat. Thanks for following along.